He'll only take you one way. Buspass Assassin. You better run away and hide. Buspass Assassin. He'll only take you one way, with no return.
It's ever so nice to help me with my shopping, Tracy.
It's okay, I've seen you a few times with all those bags. It's only neighbourly to help.
Here, take this.
50p? It's really okay.
Ah, okay then. 1 cup of tea coming up. Sit yourself down. So you don't live far from here then, Tracy?
Only round the corner off Mitchell Avenue, where I share a house with 2 other girls.
Ah, we're all pretty friendly around here. And you're quite welcome to carry my shopping any time you want.
Thanks. Is it just you and your husband here?
Well, yes, and a lodger. Nice old gentleman he is. Funnily enough, Norris would have preferred a female student. Why? I don't know. Because really, he's not sort of like into the younger generation. When the old Mr. Smith answered the ad, I thought, perfect. What trouble could an old man get up to?
So he's not in the way all day?
Actually, it's the opposite. Some days he could be out for so long, he could be on the other side of the world for all I know.
I couldn't use your bathroom, could I, Doris?
No problem, love. It's just at the top of the stairs.
I'm home! Oh, hello. Who might you be?
Hi, I'm Tracy, a friend of your wife.
Are you a student by any chance?
Why do you ask?
Hello, sweetheart. Have you met my new friend Tracy? Sorry, Mr. Smith. It must seem like Piccadilly Circus in here.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Plum. If you'll excuse me, I'm just going to my room.
So your surname is Plum?
Yes, what of it?
Oh, nothing, just wondering.
Right, shall we all go and have a cup of tea then?
We have just received an unconfirmed report that the new Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, has been assassinated by a lone gunman while giving a speech at the conference centre in Stuttgart. As yet, there is no indication as to who carried out the attack,
bad.
or whether or not the attack is linked to
This
her
is
recent
really
successes
bad.
in the war against international drug cartels.
They're going to have this on all
who
night,
reportedly placed a
and they're going to
$10
cancel
million
Everdale Street.
bounty on her head.
They wouldn't, would they?
They would.
Whether or not the attack linked to her
And what makes it even worse,
successes
there's nothing on the other
in the war
side.
against international drug
If it gets really bad, we'll have to
Have to what?
talk to each other,
Or what?
or have an early night.
So what we're going to talk about then?
Oh, I don't know. What about your new friend, Tracy?
Well, not much to say, really. She's gone away to see Mum for a couple of days. Mind you, I have gossip.
Oh.
Our lodger never came back last night.
Oh. Do you think he's found himself a bit of a floozy?
Floozy? You need to take a couple of pills to raise his mind, never mind anything else.
Herein. Bitte nehmen Sie Platz.
Schön, Sie wiederzusehen, Frau Moore.
English, please, Eric. I need the practice. Tell me, how was Moscow?
Uneventful.
I understand your mission was successful, yes?
I followed protocol. No loose ends. Forgive me, Frau Muller, but I take it we're not here to discuss previous assignments.
Quite so, Eric. Tell me, I take it you have heard about the recent incident with Angela Meerkat.
Do you mean the bullet in her head?
Yes. Well, it appears it was an unsanctioned assassination by one of our former operatives.
An unsanctioned hit on such a high-profile target. Our hitter must be suicidal.
Here is his file. His name is John Smith, a British national. Killed his first man at 14 years of age. With a pencil of all things. Following which he ran away to sea. He went off-grid for 5 years, only to reappear again in Angola in the 1970s as a mercenary, where the company recruited him.
It says here he's 64 years old.
We retired him from active service 5 years ago.
Why would a fat old man take on such a high-profile hit so late in his career?
You can ask him after we have discovered who he is working for.
Do we have any clues to his whereabouts?
We know exactly where he is. He was relatively easy to locate, which suggests he does not know. We suspect him. He is living a low-key existence, renting a room in England. We have an operative monitoring now as we speak. Eric, we need to tread carefully. The assassination of such a high-profile target as Angela Meerkat has resulted in security forces across Europe being placed on high alert. The company survives by staying in the shadows. That is why I will need to accompany you and take charge of this mission. We are fortunate in that our target's neighbouring accommodation is vacant and we can use it for an interrogation and clear-up operation. Our priority is to determine who he is working for by whatever means we feel appropriate.
Hello, Mr. Smith. How was your trip? I got your message. Visiting an old friend? Was it a special friend?
An old friend, Mrs. Plum. If you'll excuse me, I need to go have a shower.
Oh, by all means. There's plenty of hot water. Mind, they're on a meter. Oh, he's forgot his towels. Mr. Smith, I have your towels. Mr. Smith, I'll put them in the room for you.
I hope it didn't alarm you, Mrs. Plum. I see you've brought me some towels. How very kind of you.
Well, it was really no trouble. Well, I'll leave you to it.
You did what? You went into his room and searched through his things? Are you mad?
But the passport?
There's 100 reasons why he gave us a false name. It does work both ways, you know. He may have thought we could be a bit dodgy. You know, the kind of people that would go through his luggage trying to steal his pension book.
What about the handle of the gun I saw?
The handle of a gun? How do you know it wasn't a spare handle for his walking stick? Which do you think's more likely?
Well, I suppose you could be right.
Well, there you go then.
Who can that be?
Good evening, dear lady. I come to have a word with my good friend, Mr. Smith.
You better come in. Mr. Smith, you've got a visitor.
Oh, hello, Vladimir. I was hoping it was you. Thank you, Mrs. Plum.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
What are you doing? Shh!
A man called Vladimir has come to visit Mr. Smith. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying. They seem to be speaking in a foreign language.
The name like Vladimir? He's not from Hartlepool, is he?
I've had enough of this. Sounds like Vladimir's gone. I'm going to have a word with Mr. Smith. I don't know what your game is, but I'm not having this. This is a respectable household. You are not pulling the wool over my eyes. You are most probably a liar, most probably a crook as well. And I want you out of this house by the end of the week. Are you listening to what I'm telling you?
I noticed the for sale sign's gone from next door. Looks like you're going to get some new neighbours. Oh, what's the matter?
I made a complete fool of myself last night. I completely lost the plot. I made Mr. Smith pee his pants.
You're a good person. I'm sure things will get better. You just need to try and keep your mind off things.
We'll be lucky if Mr. Smith doesn't sue us for every penny that we don't have. I'm going to eat. I'm going to have to eat humble pie.
You're watching the Acadian News with Penelope Perez.
An alleged Philippine drug lord, Diego Cabnel, is suspected of ordering the assassination of Angela Meerkat, but no hard evidence has yet come to light linking him to the crime. I can now take you over for a report from our roving reporter, Sandy Peaches in Manila. Thank you, Penelope. I am here not far from a police station where the suspected cartel leader, Diego Cabnel, has just left after voluntarily assisting the police with their inquiries. I did, however, manage to obtain a brief interview with him just before he left. Mr. Cabnel, Sandy Peaches, KBN News. It is alleged that you are the leader of an international drug cartel responsible for the recent assassination of Angela Meerkat. Would you care to comment?
Ms. Peaches, as I told the police, I'm a hard-working, honest citizen of this country. I have no connection to any criminal organisation. Nothing to do with the assassination of Angela Meerkat. I have to leave now.
He's a right sleaze bag, isn't he? Just look at the state of him.
Lane winds up. Thank you, Miss Peaches.
Diego!
Over to you, Penelope.
Didn't she used to be a weather girl?
Well, she was, until that tight-fitting blouse gave away on national television. She showed more than just the weather front that day.
Well, he hasn't done her career any harm. She's a roving reporter now.
And now over to the weather with Randy Bob Bobson.
Can you get that, love? It's my back problem. I can't get up.
The only problem you have with your back is you won't get off it.
Good afternoon. We are your new neighbours, Heidi and Peter. We bring cake.
Come on in.
This is my husband Norris. Norris, this is Heidi. And this is Peter, our new neighbours.
Ooh, cake.
Sit yourselves down. I'll go and put the kettle on.
Is it just you and your son?
What do you mean, my son?
Well, I've noticed just a slight accent.
We have just arrived from Holland.
What do you do here in England?
We are in the removal business. And yourself?
Well, for the past 20 years, I've worked for the Parks Department. There's nothing I don't know about grass.
Oh, really? Sounds fascinating. Are you and Doris here alone?
We do have a lodger, but he's out at the moment.
Do you know when he'll be back?
Well, I'm not my brother's keeper.
Here's your brother.
No. That's just a figure of speech.
You wouldn't be lying to us, Norris.
We do not take kindly to those who lie to us.
Doris, has the kettle boiled yet?
Mr. Smith, you almost had my life there. Mr. Smith, while you're here, may I humbly and sincerely apologise for my behaviour. I cannot express how appalled I am.
Think nothing of it, Mrs. Plum. Tell me, have we had any visitors here today?
Why, yes. We've got our new neighbours from next door. They're in the lounge. I'm just about to take them some tea through.
Why are you asking about our lodger?
We are asking the questions.
Here we go, a nice cup of tea. What's going on here? I'm telling you now, if it's money you're after, we've got out. My Norris is a yellow belt in judo. Norris, do something!
Doris, allow me to clarify the situation. We require information as to the whereabouts of a certain Mr. Smith, along with answers to the questions. In order to secure your cooperation, your husband has been given a deadly toxin. I have the antidote, but you have less than 5 minutes to answer my questions. Otherwise, the antidote will be useless. Do you understand?
Why will it be useless?
Because Norris will be dead. So tell me, where is Mr. Smith?
Well, that's easy. He's in the kitchen.
Eric, find him. What is your relationship with Mr. Smith?
I don't have a relationship with him. He's an old man.
Who are his contacts?
Oh my God, he's frothing at the mouth.
Yes. First there will be frothing at the mouth, followed by uncontrollable spasms, a loss of control of bodily functions, followed by death.
He's waving his arms around.
Who are his contacts? Well?
The only visitors he's ever had is a name called Vladimir. His name was Vladimir.
Are you sure?
Positive. What's that smell? Yeah. I'm positive. Vladimir. His name was Vladimir.
He's not in the kitchen or the garden.
He was here. I'm not lying.
She's telling the truth. I found the body in the garden shed and it's still warm.
We will take them next door for further interrogation. They may still have information of value. Tell me, have you heard of an agent called Vladimir?
I can't say I have.
Well, I have.
Abort! Vladimir termination order cancelled.
Hello? Is there anybody there?
Hello, my dear. I've come to see Mr. Smith.
He's not here at the moment.
You don't mind if I wait, do you?
It's Tracy, isn't it? Who are you? What do you want from me?
I'm someone with a plan which involves making a lot of money. The thing is, I need someone to take the fall. That's where an old burnt-out assassin like you comes in. I couldn't use your bathroom, could I, Doris?
I am now transferring payment to your account as agreed.
You almost spoilt my plan.
Vladimir,
Yes, this friend of yours, Vladimir, the only person who could vouch for you at the time of the assassination.
You work for the company.
Yes, but freelancing pays far better. Vladimir turning up today was no accident. Being a regular visitor here, I had no difficulty in cloning your phone, and I knew Doris and Norris were being entertained next door.
Hey, I'm choking for a coffee.
With Vladimir dead, I had no difficulty using his phone to text you. And here you are. I tried to get you killed in the garden the other night by a local, supposedly hard man, but he proved most disappointing. Sometimes you simply have to do the job yourself.
All very clever except for one important detail.
Okay, I will humour you. What might that be?
Vladimir is the only one of us who's used his real name, and Frau Muller knows him personally from the previous operation. She contacted him immediately. Doris had mentioned his name, and I was cleared yesterday.
Oh no. We don't want to take in young girl students, you said. Far too much trouble. Oh no. You wanted to take in a nice old man. What trouble would he be?
Well, let's put it this way, Norris. That Mr. Smith is an untrustworthy monster. I've said it all along.
Shut up.
Don't
Shut up,
tell
Doris.
me to shut up. It should be you shutting up.
You will be released shortly, and you will return home and forget everything you have seen. We have cleaned your property of all evidence of our presence, so even if you do contact the authorities, no one will believe you.
Do you honestly think a bit of cleaning will make up for this?
I don't think it's that sort of cleaning service, Doris.
So are we going to get a new lodger then?
Somehow I've gone off the idea.
Well, I think I'll take your advice. And have a nice student girl in. Maybe someone nice, like Tracy.
Diego Carbonell,